Anō mai, hoki mai, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to continued coverage here of the 2026 Men's Open Club National Championship. And the next game up here on the schedule is a big one. I'm really looking forward to that. Just about to get underway here, and the game tie will tell you what we've got coming up in this game. It is a beauty. It'll be Pukekohe taking on the Patriots. The Battle of South Auckland. Pukekohe from the Franklin region and Patriots from Papakura. Counties Manukau taking on Franklin. Pukekohe taking on Papakura. I'm Jason Gerbes, a.k.a. Chopper. And before I go any further, allow me to introduce, he needs no introduction, the guy's a bloody legend, all the way from Toronto, Canada. It is Lance Wood.
Thanks very much, Chopper. I appreciate the kind words. Whether they're truthful or not, that remains to be seen, but I'll take them nonetheless.
So it'll be Pukekohe, the home side, that are in the field here in their green tops out there. We're going to give you the lineup for them shortly. And, of course, the other team is the Papakura Patriots. On debut at the National Championship is the Papakura Patriots. Got a chance to catch up with their head coach, Matty Hicks, just moments ago. And he's so proud of the young men getting their first look at club nationals as a club side from Counties Manukau. So the Patriots have marked their little edge in history here today. Defensively for the Pukekohe side out there in the field, left to right in the outfield, it'll be Jaden Hewitt at left field. So we see a swing and a miss for the first out. Caleb Duffy goes down on swings. Centre fielder is Jason Skellars. Right fielder is Jamie Joseph. Obviously a very famous rugby name, that Jamie Joseph. Over the hot corner third base for them is Campbell Puaha. And at shortstop, ever reliable international player into the team here, David Galeno from Venezuela. He gets a start at shortstop. Second baseman today is Toya Tauranga. Over at first base is Daly Ogden Kitty. Behind the dish doing the catching, also from Venezuela, Louis Pinto. And on the hill, the trio of South Americans. This one's from Mexico, Sammy Villavaso. And before I go to the offensive lineup for the Patriots, two Venezuelans in Galeno and Pinto, and Villavaso from Mexico. The international flavour right here, Lance.
Well, yeah, and you talk about experience, international caps up the middle, and Villavaso, he's been around for a number of years. He has been a mainstay on the international circuit and the travel circuit, so he's certainly going to be a formidable foe. And when you talk about Pinto, well, you're talking about a guy who has spent plenty of time behind the plate. He is the captain of the team. He's the leader.
Captain, the leader, Pinto, behind the dish. He receives that second strikeout in a row. This time it is Brooklyn Takawa. So it's Caleb Duffy led off. Takawa just batting there. Jadis Machu will come in now, the second baseman. He'll be followed by Makaiti King Hicks. Watch out for him. He's pitching, hitting clean up today. Only at a ripe age of 16. Nate Murray will be hitting 5, the left fielder. Jackson Tapiki's at 6. Tommy Hunter Star is in the 7th spot. Lucian Coe is hitting 8. And rounding out the batting order for the boys on debut is Hamiora to Edie, the right fielder. Just underway in the first innings. 2 away, of course, as you just saw there. And boy, oh boy, when we look at these two teams and their records through day one, both of them 1-1, Lance. Something to prove or something to gain?
Well, yeah, you look at Pukekohe and you see that they a big win against the Falcons, 11-3, and then falling to PCU 8-1. So they've been on both sides of the scale. Papakura, they were 4-2 winners over the Falcons and a big loss over Papanui 16-3. So this is pretty much a must-win game for either of these teams. It's pivotal. It's going to decide which direction you go further on before you play your second game of the day and establish. So I think this is a must-win for either of these two teams.
Pivotal moments, and how about a 1-2-3 strike 'em out in a row as Villavaso walks off like a Conor McGregor here, Lance. How good?
Well, very good, and I told you that Villavaso's been around a while, so if you have anyone that's inexperienced or looks like they're a bit timid up there, he's going to mow them down. That's what we've seen in the first 3 batters.
We're going to stay with you here to give you the lineups on the flip side. Before we do that, Lance, when you think about these two teams, neighbouring associations only probably separated by about 25 kilometres apart from each other. When you're so close, there's always a bit of rivalry, isn't there?
Well, there isn't always a bit of rivalry. There's always a bit of rivalry. I mean, you're as soon as you're in the same proximity, it's an automatic rivalry. Then when you take it to the Open Championships, well, the intensity is going to ramp up, and that's bragging rights from now another 364 days. So I think it's important that both these two teams get off to a good start, but more importantly, with bragging rights on the line, that makes things even more intense.
While we hear the umpires chatting away, maybe we should introduce them for you. We'll chuck the graphic up as well. So we've got a couple of umpires out there, and I'm really happy to have a few international umpires in attendance here this week. And it'll be Big Mike McCaw at home plate. And then it was Kevin Giles, but I think he's been substituted because that's the American umpire. I'll get his name for you because it just escapes me at the moment, but it's great. Always great, isn't it, Lance, to have international umpires involved?
Well, I think that's vital. That adds a little bit of extra flavor. It shows for sure that there is no ulterior motive or no one has a different agenda, so to speak. And you know what? And it allows the players to play and know that it's going to be a fair called game, no bias as far as whichever country. And I think that's just a good rule to have. I know that a bulk of the umpires are, of course, from New Zealand, and that's to be expected, but it's nice to have that international flavor. Adds to the actual validity of the tournament, too.
Sure does. So it's Kevin Wallace visiting from the USA, officiating here in this one out on the base pass. Okay, defensively for the Patriots out there, really good defense, very slick, very well drilled. Nate Murray at left, Caleb Duffy at centre, and right fielders Hamiota to Edie. Hook on the third base is Lachlan Coe. Up the middle pairing will be Posamani. He's not hitting today, Titanium. As the first pitch comes down, bottom of the first innings. Hard hit ball down the line and not mucking around whatsoever. Rakaya Te Whero straight into it.
Well, he obviously went up there with the objective. If he got a good first pitch to swing at,
down the line and not
he is definitely going to take that, and that is exactly what he did.
It is indeed, and thank you, Lance. It was always better to listen to you the second time around on that replay, by the way.
Well, and I heard you the second time on the replay, so I'm not too sure what you're trying to do, but
I tell you what, everyone I know, when they've had enough of listening to Chop, they just turn the volume down. But every time Lance wins on the call, they turn the volume up. What's going on there?
I'd like to believe that, but I do believe that they turn you down a lot. That I do believe, okay?
Let me finish the fielding lineup before you throw me on the bus too much, you rat bag.
Please. The bus can't even roll over you. Stop.
It's young Jadis Mutchies, a starting second baseman over at first base, Tommy Hunter-Star. Behind the dish, doing the catching, I like this kid, is Jackson Tarpiki. Saw him come out and shake both umpires' hands on his way to warm up the pitcher. And Makaiti King Hicks, young 16-year-old, will start on the hill here for the Papakura Patriots. Hard hit ball up the middle. And an early run here. We'll run over this. This will be trouble here. Now he's turning on the Jets. Pinto, as he'll round the bases, and a gift in the Parker as that one sticks under the centre fielder's glove. 2-0 Pukekohe.
Well, that's a tough start. I mean, you talk about a single with a 3-base error in the first inning after you went down swinging 1, 2, 3. So it's going to really take a whole lot for Pukekohe to really keep this team in check here. This Papakura team, they're experienced and they're looking to be aggressive right from the very start.
Well, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your viewership. It's really great to have you along. And I tell you what, I think we're going to have a good game here. Of course, get a young team from this Papakura Patriots, and a couple of the internationals have showed their wares already. And of course, that wasn't Pinto with the hit; that was Galeno with the hit that brought in the 2 runs. That's Louis Pinto up to bat right now. What do you know about him, Lance?
Well, I know that. Well, I mean, I know generally speaking that all round a power hitter, pull hitter. Usually, if you're going to pitch him, you try to keep that ball either well outside or well inside. But this is a guy with tremendous bat speed, and again, with his international experience, he's very selective at the plate. Doesn't chase a lot of bad pitches. He's got a good eye. Of course, catchers do. But this guy, a very dangerous hitter in the lineup.
It is indeed, and there, you can see by his stance in the batter's plate, he means business, doesn't he?
He does, and that's the way he steps in all the time, and it can be a little intimidating if you are on defense, but you should be. You have to be on your toes with this guy. Defensively speaking, he's going to make contact. It's going to be hard, so you have to be on your toes.
Well, set and ready on their toes, and this pitch is too high. And so the 2 international players come in showing their presence here early in this game against Papakura.
Well, and that's what they're going to see, that the dangerous part of the lineup for Pukekohe is actually the top order. The top 4 are extremely dangerous, and they're showing it here. And you throw in something like Pinto in the middle, taking a walk there isn't such a bad thing.
DR for the runner on 1, please.
Well, you can hear the umpire there. Boy, oh boy, let's turn him down. Jingos. Nah, just joking. I love Mike McCall behind the dish. All I'd like one day, though, Lance, is for an umpire to actually sing us a song or tell us a joke while he's doing a game.
Well, I'm waiting too. Good luck with that. I'm sure they might sing you a song after they're on duty, but usually they're straight game face. And I'm not so sure if I want the umpire up in my game telling jokes before. Okay, so let alone singing. But you're always a sucker for a song anyway.
Always a sucker for a song. Something different, something outstanding. And so 2 runs to nil. Runners on here. No outs in the bottom of the first innings for Pukekohe. And Daly Ogden Kitty, the first baseman, steps in and go to work here.
A good situation. I'm curious to see if they are swinging away, and it looks like they are, as opposed to moving the runner along. I like the small ball a bit there, but in this situation, it looks like their bats are off to a hot start. Might as well keep them rolling.
Might as well keep them rolling indeed. And Mackay King Hicks has had a good year, as you can see, the celebration of Galeno after the gift in the end, unfortunately, for the centre fielder. One of those ones with a runner on 2, you're wanting to charge. If I get a good pickup, maybe I can throw him out at home plate. But if you make a mistake, he can hurt you twice. Off and running. And he'll keep on running, the designated runner. Well, Lance, you're pretty good at those viral videos. What's that one where the guy plays a goalie in soccer and every penalty kick hits him in the head?
I don't know whether or not I have to tell you to put the phone down or not, but I don't know if I don't think I caught that one, Chopper.
I tell you what, I'll get it. But the designated runner, Caden Tefero there, got hit in the head twice as he went from 2 to 3. So it's one with an elbow and the other one with a ball as he comes into third base. So. Fantastic. And the guy sitting next to me, he's got to write down the name of that guy who gets hit in the head, because it's viral. You have not seen that video, Lance?
I'm still working with my phone, right? It's an Apple X1, 2 maybe I got now.
Hard ball.
What do you want me to do?
This has got a chance. And just caught. Apologies, Lance. Deep enough though for the youngster to come in and score. So Ogden Kitty and RBI sacrifice fly, 3 runs to nil now. Sorry, Lance.
No, I'm not offended at all. That was a hard hit ball, and I'm not so sure that that's just good fundamental baseball. Go in strong, softball, go in strong and capitalize. A big first inning for Pukekohe. I mean, I'm impressed with the way they've come out attacking right from the first at bat.
Hot shot down to third base. Villavaso not mucking around. Will be the second out of the innings. So all of a sudden, Pukekohe find the outs. It's one of those things, Lance, we've seen plenty of games together. Sometimes a team just can't find an out in innings, can't they?
Well, we've seen that, and that's the nature of the game. Teams go on runs, they get momentum, and, they're very hard to stop when they do. And we've seen games that have been, 0-0, and all of a sudden a team explodes for 6-7 runs, or we've seen a team leading by a couple, and then in an inning, blink of an eye, and it's a run-shortened game. So that's just how quickly things can change here. But if you're Pukekohe, you got to be happy with the fact that every out has been a tough out. There's been nothing easy for Papakura to handle, and they have just continued to keep their foot on the gas pedal. So if they can keep this up, it's going to be a short game for Papakura. Hopefully, we'll see they get another chance to bat, of course, and see if they can't generate a little something here and get back in this game.
Jamie Joseph up to bat now, trying to keep the foot on the pedal. By the way, that guy's name you were trying to remember, it was Scott Sterling, and it was a soccer match between the Yale Bulldogs and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Scott Sterling, you got to Google it, Lance. That's that search engine thing on your iPhone 1.
I'm all over it. I'm all over it. Hopefully, I won't get a headache watching it. So good.
Yeah, no, you won't. But I'm going to play you a little bit here. Here we go.
He approaches the ball with some determination. Here he goes. Oh, it's high and wide, way off target. Yes, apparently he thought he was kicking it.
There you go. It's a little bit like that. You've got to see it anyway, buddy. It's a pretty good humor.
Well, listen, I appreciate the call. That's for sure. You're a dangerous guy with a phone, my man.
Yeah, I am. I can't stop watching it now. Running down at first base.
I know, and I'm sure all the people doing the real work are saying, I don't know what he's doing, but
honestly, every penalty kick hits him in the face. It's hilarious. And then the last penalty kick bounces off the goalpost and then hits him in the face. Scott Sterling.
Well, I am gonna have to check that out. I would nothing like a good watch a guy's face getting worked. That's always up your day.
Always up there. Jason Scalinars now, the centre fielder. He steps in for Pukekohe. They've got some good homegrown talent, Pukekohe, too. About 45 minutes south here of Rosedale Park. Beautiful ballpark, some great volunteers. Hard hit ball and beautifully clicked up by Machu at second base. And that'll do the first innings complete, but it's not before Pukekohe with a big bam and boom and maybe a little help from the centre fielder. They plate 3 runs. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. It is day 2 of the 2026 Men's Open Club National Championship.
Just more confident on it, but
Okay,
yeah.
it feels a little faster.
Okay.
The 3 hot runs in the bottom of the first innings from the boys from Pukekohe. So it's 1-0 Franklin versus Counties Manukau if you're keeping score that way in the innings. 3-0's the scoreline in the game. So, top of the second, and it'll be the young pitcher, Makaini Kingi Hicks, who will step in and go to work first against the hard-throwing Mexican, Sammy Villavaso.
Important here, I think, Chopper, just to get a base runner or have a couple of good swings, maybe foul a few pitches off, just to sort of break up the rhythm that Villavaso's built up over the last inning. It was a 3-up, 3-down, strikeout to side inning, so important that these hitters now for Papakura are able to try and disrupt that rhythm.
That's the thing, try to disrupt it, especially when a pitch is in form. That always makes it a little bit more difficult.
Check.
They'll check the swing. No, he's okay. So back in goes the kid. Well, Lance, we've got a guest in with us now, just arrived in from Mount Albert Ramblers. It is their second baseman in the last game, Reese Evans. Kia ora, Reese. Mate, Ramblers off to a hot start.
Yeah, pretty good start. Obviously a pretty young team this year and a few different faces in our team. But, yeah, a lot of the boys are pretty keen. And, yeah, we've got a good young squad, so it's looking pretty good.
Reese, the success of Mount Albert Ramblers over quite a number of years, and you've been part of the side for a while now. What's been the catalyst?
Yeah, it's hard to sort of put your finger on one thing, but we just, we had good young talent and, and some really good guys leading the way. Even like you look down here in this game here, Matty Hicks was a mainstay in the team, hit in the middle of the lineup for a long time, and, other fellas like, Aaron Thompson, Bobby King, those kind of guys just really led the way for us. Nate was a great coach, and just the information that was shared with us when we were young and the sort of games that we got into and the way that we got pushed along was just, really good for the development of our team. And then obviously then we had that team passing on to now this young team. So it's just been really good to get that flow on. But the kids' grades at Ramblers, Ramblers is a great club, celebrating our 80th year this year, which is really cool. Just the coaching that the young kids get, even from the likes of Paul Rice, coaching for a long time from the 15s, 17s sort of age groups, and developing that talent before they get to the reserves and prim grade is awesome for the club, and it's been happening for a long time. So it's a full club effort. It's not just what's happening out here, and it's not just a bunch of superstars. Like we've been trained and pushed through the system as a club, not just a team.
I'm going to take my head off to you, Reese. That was a very comprehensive answer to that question. You can take a breath now. Well done. Great to have Reese Evans in the booth with us from Mount Albert Ramblers as we see a strikeout. So 2 victims here in the second innings. That is 5 strikeouts in a row, Lance.
Well, I'm just sitting here watching Villavaso sort of paint a masterpiece here. He has used a variety of pitches. His velocity has been up there, and that's been his go-to. But if you chase that rise ball like these young fellas are right now, you're going to get a steady diet. And Villavaso has done just that, and that's been his go-to pitch. Gets you to chase and think you're coming with the rise ball, and then he's been pinpoint on the corners. He's been untouchable up to this point.
So Kingi Hicks, Nate Murray going down on the strikes, and it is Jackson Tarpiki now, the starting catcher, trying his wares against Villavaso. And if you've never had a chance to see or hear Villavaso live, Reese, you would have, obviously playing overseas, but he's got that, it reminds me of a Māori pitcher, he's got that woof as he goes sometimes. It's quite a cool thing to hear and see.
It is really cool, and he's a really established pitcher around the world. Played for a lot of good teams. He was on the Gremlins for a long time in the ISC circuit and played for a bunch of teams over there. And then, it's just really good to get this kind of talent down in New Zealand. And I really like the way Pukekohe's gone about it. They've got a good young team. Bring in 3 really experienced players. Pinto behind the plate, Galeno at shortstop. These guys have been around. They played Bear Creek in the ISCs last year. Who went deep in the tournament. So, it's just really cool to get that kind of talent down here, and for young kids like this Patriots team to learn from these guys and see how they go about their business.
Well, tough play there. Villavaso made that look easy in the end. Trust me, that wasn't easy. We are through 1.5 complete. It is bottom of the second coming up next. Pukekohe leading 2-0. We'll be back with Reese Evans and Lance Wynn in a bit more.
Being a Manawatu local, supporting our community is at the heart of everything we do. From the Aoranui Hospice, Just Silch and Replay connecting second-hand sports gear, we make giving back our mission. Thank you for all the great feedback with over 1,500 5-star reviews. It's a great reward for our team that their hard work is acknowledged by our customers. And now with the addition of order care, we're a one-stop shop. The team are proud to have grown alongside the community, and with your continued support, we look forward to the journey ahead.
Puaha, Tauranga and Te Whiro rolls off the tongue like a great storybook, and that's what this is as we continue this match here between the Papakura Patriots taking on Pukekohe, bottom of the second innings. Pukekohe leading with a margin of 3-0 as the young pitcher here, Makauri King Hicks, continues to work for his team, the Patriots. Reese Evans joining us in commentary from Mount Albert Ramblers. Reese, great to have you along. But you touched a little bit in the last innings about your club having a big Jubilee milestone this year, the 80th. That's a massive milestone, dude. Tell us a little bit about what's been happening around that with your club this year.
Yeah, so 80th year this year, and yeah, we're really excited as a club to be still going strong after 80 years. And it just sort of, yeah, I guess...
Huddle ball, sorry, and over to first base it goes. So one down here, you were saying.
Yeah, so we've had a couple of Jubilee celebrations already at the Rock Choke tournament. We had a bunch of the old male players come down, and then at the Bev Choke tournament, we had the same with the female players. And then yeah, it's just good seeing all those people that I grew up watching, or even before my time, and life members and everything like that, getting around the club and yeah, just sharing information and stories and having a good time.
Tua Tauranga now, the second baseman, goes at the first pitch, looking for a Texas leaguer, but it gets a little ear under it, and that'll safely land under the glove of the centre fielder. Lance, you were at the World Cup finals last year in Prince Albert. Of course, Reese was on the Black Sox that week to secure the silver medal. Lance, I'll go to you first, then you, Reese. Tell us each about your experiences that week. And I guess we're talking about the Black Sox here.
Well, I mean, first off, I want to say a special hello to Mr. Evans. It's been a while since I've seen him since last year. But, I mean, from a broadcasting standpoint, which is a little different than the player's standpoint, it was one of the most entertaining World Cups that I'd been to. The parity of the teams was very impressive. You just didn't know anyone was able to beat anyone on any given day, and that's what made things so beautiful. The fact that I got a chance to spend some time with the Kiwi family, that was special to me as well in my own country, so that was good, and I'm sure that Reese could top me in any way, shape, or form with his experience coming home with a silver.
Oh, we see the replay of the fly ball. 3 quick outs here in the top of the third innings the bottom of the second. Yeah, bottom of the second innings it was, wasn't it? Yeah, we're top of the third. Now, game moving quickly. We won't go away. Maybe a little bit of bed music in the background wouldn't hurt. But Reese, now you, mate, Prince Albert last year, securing a podium finish for New Zealand in such a short turnaround from the last World Cup right here at Rosedale.
Yeah, I mean, like the team needed no extra motivation. Obviously, the 22 World Cup here in Auckland was just a massive letdown for all the boys, and we felt like we had a point to prove going over there. And yeah, with the new format, like it was tough. There's two really good pools, and we had to play some really good pool games to get out of our pool. And then we had a really good team. We had a great bunch of guys. Thomas Markia did a great job leading the team. And yeah, just those senior guys again, Ben and Tommy Inoka, Jerome Ramaki, my brother Cole, like those guys led the team really well. And we took our chances. There was some games in there that we scraped wins, or we stole wins at the end, and yeah, we took our chances when other people didn't. And yeah, I mean, we fell at the final hurdle, but it hurt at the time and it still hurts now, but it was a great result for New Zealand softball from where we were in 22 to come back to where we got to in 2025. So, I mean, yeah, not the result that we really wanted, but a really good result for New Zealand softball.
Cat tip to you, sir, and the rest of your Black Sox teammates. A silver medal at the World Cup, a simply outstanding finish. Tomiana Star will lead off here. Lachlan Coe will hit 2, and Hamiota Tuiri. Now, I'm not going to say anything out loud here, however, this is the third innings, and that is batter 7, 8, and 9 in the order. You probably kind of get my gist how good this guy's going so far, Villavas. So.
Well, he's been outstanding, Chopper. I mean, there really hasn't been an answer for him. I will say the bright spot, though, for Papakura is that they actually got a ground ball, so they actually touched the ball, and that was the last out of the inning.
Yeah, and who had to make the out? Villavasa.
Well, yeah, but that, you know what, sometimes that's where it starts, especially after you started off with 5 consecutive strikeouts. Just to get that is a big deal, and you can tell that a lot of these hitters are just frankly overmatched.
Plenty of velocity as that drop ball dips on the outside edge to sneak it through the corner of the zone. Lachlan Coe, the third baseman, will now step in to go to work. Well, let's ask you that question. I know you probably don't want to give out too much because you're probably going to play Puki maybe at some stage, but when you face a pitcher that's in good form, what are some of the techniques that you bring to the plate?
Yeah, we've had some really good battles with Pukekohe this year and even last year when Sammy was with them as well. And with a pitcher on his day, I mean, you've just got to hit the mistake. He can't be perfect all day, and he's going to leave one over the middle at some point, and that's when you've got to get your hit. You just got to make all those mistakes count, because if you don't, then you're in a world of hurt.
Fantastic. Now, you mentioned, of course, playing with your brother Cole at the World Cup last year. Now, I know our commentators were missing him. In the last game, they were calling Brock Cole for a while there through that game. How is he, and where is he running?
He's doing really well. I catch up with him all the time through video calls or phone calls. He's in the UK at the moment with his fiancée, and they're working over there and doing a little bit of travel on the weekends. I think he's got some plans to play in the Super Cup a little bit, and I'd say he'll be back over playing in the States with the Gremlins, but yeah.
Good on him. Well, Cole, if you're tuning in now, we wish you the best of experience of life while you're travelling abroad and in the UK, and of course so close to the rest of Europe. And you'll probably catch up with Lance when I tell you what, that guy can get a plane ticket to any country in the world. He's the smoothest talker out. Oh, sorry, Lance, I didn't know you were still there, mate.
I'm glad you realized that I was. And, divulging all that stuff on me does not help the cause, okay? So
wait. Sorry, Lance. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Wait. Reese, I have a question. How many times has Lance asked you for free Black Sox gear?
Nah, not once.
Oh, you must be the only person on the ballpark.
I'm second down the list. He goes to my brother before me, so we're good to go.
Right on. You tell him, young fella. I know who to go to. Come on. Come on, let the young guy keep his gear. All right, I go to the old guys. All right.
Back to the action here out on the diamond. Homiota Toiti now, the right fielder. 2 away in the top of the third innings. And boy, oh boy, I tell you what, this Villavaso is looking in good form, Reese.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good, and he doesn't look to be slowing down at all. He's a pretty seasoned pitcher, and he knows what he's got. He knows what stuff he's working with, and yeah, he's just sticking to that.
Fantastic indeed. And Reese, we're going to let you go at the end of this half innings, mate. Is there anything else you'd like to share while you're with us?
No, not really. I like the fact that we've got so many international players here. I mean, obviously showcased here. I think that's what we need with New Zealand softball going forward to get better, is just more international talent down here. So the easier we can make it to get international players down here, I think the better it will be for New Zealand softball. And then, yeah, I really like the fact that there's some guys who haven't sort of been around the game for a little bit and are coming back to give back to the game, like Matty Hicks down here with the Patriots team, and guys like Phil Casey and LJ and the other boys with the Puki team, and all the way, even the Onehunga Mangere boys, Tiffany Paul, Cam Maney, those guys were all amongst that Ramblers system coming up and through the reserve grade and prim grade. So it's just good to see good talent coming back to the game as well that haven't been there for a little while.
Fantastic. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Reese Evans from the Mount Albert Ramblers. Thank you for your time, mate. Thank you for sharing, too, a lot there about how you built your club, why your club has been successful. Congratulations on the 80th, and super congratulations on the silver medal at the World Cup last year.
Cheers, mate. Thank you, and thanks for all that you're doing with softball as well. It's awesome to see the broadcast and the setup you guys have got in here. It's second to none in New Zealand, and you're doing a great job getting softball out there. So, yeah, thank you very much.
You're welcome. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have one of the best in the country, Reese Evans, in here in the booth with us. Lance, when you listen to him talk, how knowledgeable he is of his club and what it takes to be a successful program, it's infectious, isn't it?
Well, it is, and what's really impressive is that we as broadcasters have had a chance to watch his brother Cole come up in the ranks and now watch him come up, and it's really been a pleasure to sort of be able to follow the story along and watch them grow from young men into young adults. And now the way he carries himself, he's not in awe of anything. He has been around, he is a contributor and can play at this level, and he knows it. And it's nice to hear how articulate he is and how well he expresses himself, and it gives us a really good picture of some of the things that are important to him and what he's thinking about before he goes out there to compete.
Sure is indeed. I got to tell you, sitting next to him, when I asked him that question, was it take to be successful, or how have you been successful as a club? He just went on and on. His face was going red because he hadn't taken a breath for about 32 minutes as he was giving his answer. Oh boy, it was insightful.
And listen, I know you thought you were gonna get a different answer when he told you the truth about the gear. I know you're surprised, but that's too bad, eh?
If he had said yes, mate, you were, don't know how happy that would have made me.
No, I knew I was safe with Reese. I knew I was safe with him, okay? Yeah, you ask Cole, you might get a different answer, but Reese is clean, okay? Definitely clean.
Without a doubt, roll over on the drop ball outside, so Galeno can't get on base this time for the first out in the third innings. Louis Pinto, of course, fellow Venezuelan, got a chance to catch up with both Pinto and David before the match. And I can say, David, not too bad with English. Louis, let's just go with sign language, I think, Lance.
Well, that's one of the things about international competition is a bit, sometimes that language barrier gets in the way, but fortunately, this game of softball is universal. You throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball. So I think that's kind of what's so beautiful about this game of softball, is the way it brings the world together, and it's nice to be able to appreciate talents from all different countries.
It sure is indeed, my friend. Got a chance to catch up with the head coach for Pukekohe, Phil Casey, before the match. Asked one of my questions to him was, asked him how you getting on with the language barriers as well. Sammy, he's the translator for starters, but he says that, the good thing, Chopper, is softball's an international language, isn't it, Lance?
Yeah, I would agree. And there are just some things that, don't necessarily have to be said, or they're easily agreed on. So I think that the more games that you've played, the more you understand that softball language. And again, these guys you're talking about guys that have played international for a decade now. They're very familiar with what they can do. And again, that universal softball language, anyone who plays speaks it.
Caught it on the change up, and we'll pop this one up. Shortstop will range back and make the catch. So a couple of outs here, and Papakura just finding a little rhythm.
Well, a good job in getting the first 2 outs. After that 3-run first inning, they settled in for a 1-2-3 in the second, and now the first 2 outs in the third. So defensively, they're getting the job done, at least keeping, Pukekohe down. But the problem is you're going to have to score a run if you want to win a game. And right now they're having difficulties even getting a runner on base.
So definite change of strategy. You can hear the catcher, Tapiki, talking to the home plate umpire. Maybe he's passing him on a song to sing, Lance.
Well, we keep waiting to hear the song. I'm not quite sure how the umpires feel about your request, but you could certainly ask. Do me a favor, though. Don't mention my name, though, when you do. Just keep it on the solo, okay? Thank you.
I tell you what, I've never done it, but our Japanese umpires are very quiet people. But take them to a karaoke bar, mate, they unleash. I reckon they'd have a good song.
Listen, well, you shouldn't say that because I've seen you bring the best out of some people at a bar.
Yes, you have. And that fly ball to end at half innings just saved Chopper from that story, so thank you very much. And that'll do us here. 1, 2, 3. No one gets on board. Papakura Patriots trying to look to change the fortunes in this one. Back soon, more with Lance Winner. No stories from the past in a moment.
When the radio's on and the sound's hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. All the best throwbacks.
Sometimes virtual reality begs for more reality. Jack Links is good with it.
Slamming Villavaso. Sam Villavaso has been simply outstanding through the first 3 innings of action here defensively, and he will stay on the hill in the circle, however you describe it. I'm not too sure these days. Just joking. But we've got Lance Wynn with us here on the call. Lance, partway through this match, mate, what have you thought so far?
Well, my thought so far is that Pukekohe did a good job to get out to an early lead, and they're just kind of letting Villavaso take over now. And, the Patriots are a team that clearly are a little younger, less experienced, and they're going to have their hands full. And I'd like to see them maybe change, maybe try and lay down a bunt or just slap something somewhere make the defense work. They've only put the ball in play twice in this game, and we're back at the top of the shop. So they have to make some adjustments second time through the order.
Rise way outside. So looking to make the adjustments for Caleb Duffy, Brooklyn Dakawa, and Jadis Machu. 1, 2, and 3 here for the Papakura Patriots. Gives the international star picture of Sammy Villavaso. Second year in New Zealand for Villavaso. Came out for Pukekohe last season as well. Had a chat to him prior to the game. I didn't ask him how many strikeouts he was going to get in this match, but I probably should have because he is just tearing the house down. But what I did ask him, I was, mate, how are you enjoying it? He said, Lance, he loves being here. The people at Pukekohe are like a family. How good's that?
Well, how good's that? I mean, that's I've been to New Zealand, and that's the exact thing that I brought back with me, and it was really hard to come home. I love my home, but it was really hard because just the way the culture is and the priorities, family, friends, being a good person, your morals, those are all things that are the foundation. The softball is a carryover of that, but it's the people that you meet when you're down there, and when you're there, boy, you meet people and that you never forget. They are like your family, and that's the way you feel about them. It's been about 4 years or 3 years since I've been down to visit, and even then I still consider everyone that I met, from the Anokas, the Remekis, Dale Cousins, the Makias, of course the Ronas, I consider them family to me, so they know that they would be, and a Gerbes, of course, and they know that they would be welcome in my home just like they welcomed me into theirs.
Oh, great comments. Thank you for the kind comments, and those surnames you rattled off are basically softball royalty in this country. Cool that you've got a chance to, except for the Gerbes.
Well,
Okay,
I didn't want to name drop, but it is what it is, right? So what can I tell you?
Thank you for including us in the same sentence. It's very kind.
Well,
of you, sir.
yeah. Well, I spent a little time in your backyard, the same with Bad Brad Rona. So I feel like, hey, I'm part of the crew now.
Part of the crew
to get
now.
rid of me, Chopper. Tough to get rid of me, my man.
Ain't it? Never want to get rid of you, my friend. 9 strikeouts on the day now for Villavaso as Takawa goes down. Jadis Machu will step in to go to work. And you'll like this one. Lance got a message in from Pierre-Sean Delatour, the proprietor of the Bowers Smokehouse in Christchurch. Chopper, love what you're doing with the live streams. Thank you for the kind comments. We'd love to get involved with the advertising. We can help each other out. Well, you know what, Lance? I don't know about you, but if you haven't been to the Bowers Smokehouse, you have not been to the Bowers Smokehouse. When I went to the Bowers Smokehouse, the food was unbelievably good as this one's hit up the middle. Nice grab, but he'll get safe. Smoking play up the middle. Reminds me of the Bowers Smokehouse. I don't know about you, Lance, but maybe we could advertise their company, the Bowers Smokehouse, some way.
Well, I would love to. I would love to get a taste of that. I mean, I'm never a no to a good smokehouse, Chopper. I think you know that. So I would certainly be willing to advertise as well as sample the product.
Indeed. Yeah, definitely. For sure, Pierre, get in touch. Pierre-Sean Delatour, the proprietor of the Bowers Smokehouse. Best smoke. This is platter. I can't remember what it's called. It's called like the Granddad platter or King Pat platter. Or it's got a cool name to it, but it's got every type of meat. Falls. Oh, it just breaks in your mouth, mate. It's flavoursome. It is so good, and he looks after us. We get down to Port.
You're getting yourself all worked up now.
Yeah. I'm hungry now. I'm hungry. But just look to try something different there from Makati King Hicks. But I was going to say, they look after us really well. When we broadcast in Christchurch, he always invites the crew. We finish late, as you know, Lance, in our industry. So he will keep the kitchen open for just us to come in and have dinner there at least once while we visit the great city of Christchurch.
Well, that's a special person that appreciates the game and what you do, and that's someone. Well, those are the type of people you like to do business with, Chopper. And I think that anytime you have good people like that affiliated and associated with you and what you're doing, I think it can only be a good thing. So that, and there's always room for a good meal. So, at any good smokehouse, as far as I'm concerned. So, good on that. I'll handle the charges. So whatever he wants to send Canada's way, I got him covered.
You got him covered. Sounds good. And a big swing and a miss on the outside edge by Kingy Hicks. Posed a little something. They got a base runner on. The Patriots unable to convert. Bottom 4 coming up next. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Bow Smokehouse. So good. See you soon.
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku time moana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What you can do in 50,000 turn up.
Well, our international umpires are in attendance. Our international commentators are in attendance. It is day 2 of competition at the 2026 Men's Open Club National Championships. The debutantes on the big stage here, Diamond 1 Freeman Field, and there's the Papakura Patriots. You see young Makani King Hicks with the ball. He's done a good job, a little wobbly to start the first innings, but has settled right down since then, and a little change of tactic too. A few more change-ups to take the pace off the ball. Worked well in the last innings, and boy, if he gets given that pitch on the outside edge, that'll work well as well. Sammy Villavasa will lead off here for the Papakura side, then Jamie Joseph, followed by Jason Scalinas. 1, 2, and 3. Lance, did you manage to Google Scotty Cartwright yet? Was it? Sterling,
No,
Scott
actually,
Sterling.
You got me distracted with the smokehouse, so
Okay, fair enough.
did a little research there, so forgive me for doing that. But I do want to say that Kingy Hicks has done quietly an outstanding job. Like you said, after that shaky first inning, he's come in and retired the side in order, 2 innings in a row. This is second at bat for Villavazzo, but it was a ground out in the first and his only other at bat. So this young fella's doing a really good job, and if he can get that outside corner established, then he's going to continue to give these Pukekohe hitters some trouble.
Sure is indeed. Plenty of opportunities, plenty of... there's that change of pace. Boy, that doesn't look bad at all once.
No, what looked bad was how Villavazzo almost came out of his jockstrap there swinging for that ball, but that was an outstanding changeup, and he's done a good job, and we talk about adjustments second time through the order, and that's exactly what the young fella's done. Of course, give Tapiki some credit behind the dish. He is, of course, leading the way, but great job by this young man to keep his team in it.
Sure is indeed. After Villavasa will be Jamie Joseph, we mentioned. And you can see, look at the body posture of young Kingy Hicks on the hill. He's got a bit of confidence in him right now, hasn't he?
Well, he certainly looks like a pitcher that looks like he is capable of throwing a strike when he wants to and has good command of his pitches. He doesn't seem intimidated at all, and I think maybe it was a bit of nerves in the first inning, but he's settled in there quite nicely, and he looks good in that circle.
Does indeed. And opportunities here. It's only 3 runs to nil here. I know Villavasa on the other side has basically lights out. However, we saw the first safe hit from the second baseman, Jadis Machu, in the last inning. So you never know. We've called many of these games before, Lance. The change of fortune or the momentum can change in the blink of an eye, can't it?
Well, it sure can, and when you have a pitcher that is rolling along, sometimes it only takes it could be an error, it could just be a hit, it could be a hard out, and it sort of changes his rhythm, and that opens up the door for the possibility to put up quite a few runs. We've seen pitchers cruising along and look untouchable, and an inning later they're getting hit all over the ballpark, and their day ends quick. So we've seen both.
Sure have indeed. Love the way the story unfolds in front of our eyes as we see that one get away. So down to first base will go Joseph. By the way, Jamie Joseph, the rugby player, was about... Well, he's a coach now, but he used to be a rugby player. He's about twice as tall as that young man, probably 3 times the weight of that young man, and he was an opposing figure on the rugby paddock, Lance.
Well, I'm glad I didn't have to take him down. So luckily I had you on my squad to do the heavy lifting. All right, Chopper. I'm just here to handle the gear, my friend. You know that.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a role on the team. Okay.
Let me give you a tip. If his name's Jamie Joseph, he's a former All Black, and he's as big as an ox, no one's taking him down. Not even Lance Wynn, with all of his puff and smoke, the Magic Dragon.
Oh, yeah, sure. Why you got to bring senior citizens into this? Come on, Al.
Off and running on the pitch, and Pukekohe have been aggressive on the base pass today, haven't they?
Well, they have, and I think that having their first base runner since the first inning is big, and doing a good job of getting into scoring position is Joseph. Got a great jump and clearly in there safely, but I think it's important for them to get the next run. If you allow Papakura to kind of hold on and then scratch out a run, now the pressure changes and it sits all on Pukekohe. So I think it's important here to at least move this run into third and more importantly, try to cash in this run.
Got to try and cash it in, as you mentioned, especially when... No. I love the communication, Lance, and it's the beauty of having the umpire mic'd up in this country.
Well,
getting an insight.
Really
there's good communication right there, isn't there, between the umpire and the catcher?
Yeah, because you know what? The umpire really is orchestrating the game. And that's how important he is back there in establishing the strike zone, but more importantly, keeping the flow going. And that's what good umpires do. And I think it is important to stay in communication with the catcher just so that he can relay to the pitcher any kind of things or changes that need to be done and, why he may or may not be getting a certain pitch. And there's never anything wrong with too much communication.
2-2.
The home plate umpire might recall giving you the count. 1 away, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The scoreboard operator right beside me, Matt Jordan's right on point, as always. I'll tell you what, though, Lance, he wasn't far from your house the other week. Took a trip over to Las Vegas for the NRL opening weekend. Unfortunately, though, and when you make that trip to that beautiful city of lights, strange things happen. And let's just say his passport is nowhere to be seen. He had to get an emergency one, and he just got back in on the bird Monday morning in time to come and join the crew for the tournament. So Matt Jordan, crazy on tour, but I tell you what, Lance, if we get an opportunity to go on tour with him, we've got to take it.
Well, clearly, and just to clear up a bit of geography, that's like saying Auckland and Wellington are in walking distance. Okay, so unfortunately, I am nowhere near Las Vegas. I would like to be, sort of, but I like the way you close that gap. I'm always up for a good tour, Chopper. You know that.
Excuse me, pardon my mistake, but I get confused because I know you've got a condominium in Miami and you had like a penthouse suite in Las Vegas that you hire out to the rappers and stuff in between your basketball gigs. So I never know which country or state you're in half the time as it is. the international international commentator you are.
Well, I don't even know how you found a shovel big enough to shovel all that you just heaved on everybody out there. But when I do get my conduit, my heavy, I will let you know. And if there are any rappers involved, I will let you come and join us. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Now you're talking, buddy. Now you're talking. Lance Wynn with his more contacts than the chins in a Chinese phone book, I tell you.
Yeah. The people know what us broadcasters make. Come on.
Hard hit ball. And this will land in front of the outfielder. Looking around the corner and plenty long enough. So Jason Scalinas gets the job done here. And you mentioned they're going to try and score that. And let's not say insurance run is probably a bit early for that, but it was an important part of the game, wasn't it?
It certainly was. You had the young pitcher, Kingy Hicks, and he was rolling along and hadn't had a base runner in a couple of innings. And I think as soon as Joseph got on, stole second, put the pressure by getting into scoring position, and Scalinas just came and delivered, like a good veteran hitter should, and just like that, it's a 4-0 lead.
Campbell Puaha now, third baseman. So the tail wagging here on the Pukekohe lineup. 7, 8, and 9 to come. They've been on base 3 of the 4 innings so far. So they know how to get on, Lance. Off and running again. That's unusual for Pukekohe. Talk me through this one, Lance. Let's get a shot of this designated runner out of here. Caden DeFiddle. He's got a purple hat and a pink sliding glove. Let's see if we can get the cameraman to give us some imagery of that for you shortly.
I mean, we have to make sure that he's seen when he's out there, and that's what's most important. And more importantly, having a runner on second base again is big for Papakura as they continue to put the pressure on the Patriots. And again, I think they may have picked up that young Kingy Hicks has gone to his changeup a lot, and that may be giving them the green light to take a base whenever they get the opportunity.
Change of pace.
Yeah. No, a little bit more than that.
Be interesting to see how Kingy Hicks's longevity is. We are in the 4th inning, but he's thrown a lot of pitches. So curious to see if he can continue that or if fatigue becomes a factor.
No movement in the bullpen yet for Papakura. Ball down low, comes into just the bottom edge of the strike zone.
Yeah, straight out.
Puaha's like, are you sure? Not time called here. I don't know what he's calling time for it. Here we go. Let's take a listen.
I'm starting to come down with a migraine, and I'm starting to get a bit of aura. Okay. So my eyesight's shot at the moment. Okay. Yeah. So I'll get this. Yeah.
Well, you can hear there. There's something that doesn't happen every day. The umpire's coming down with a migraine, which is affecting his eyesight, and it looks like we're going to have a substitution with the umpire. We'll leave the umpire's mic off now, but we're going to let the umpires make a change here, and we will take a break as well. Bottom of the 4th innings, Pukekohe leading 4 runs to 2 outs. And an unusual umpiring change. So we'll see what they decide to do. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back more with a slick-talking Lance Wynn, but more importantly, Pukekohe and Papakura Patriots. See you all soon.
Being a Manawatu local, supporting our community is at the heart of everything we do. From the Aotearoa Hospice, Just Silch, and Replay connecting second-hand sports gear, we make giving back our mission. Thank you for all the great feedback with over 1,500 5-star reviews. It's a great reward for our team that their hard work is acknowledged by our customers. And now with the addition of Order Care, we're a one-stop shop. The team are proud to have grown alongside the community, and with your continued support, we look forward to the journey ahead.
going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku time moana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What he can do with 50,000 turn up.
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku time moana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What he can do with 50,000 turn up.
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku time moana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What he can do with 50,000 turn up.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resene have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resene colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resene to get the job done.
Okay, right hand, left hand, just like Jody said. Easy. Oh no, not again!
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku time moana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What he can do with 50,000 turn up.
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku time moana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project, with creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand.
Okay, right hand, left hand, just like Jody said. Easy. Oh no, not again.
Being a Mount 2 local, supporting our community is at the heart of everything we do. From the Aotearoa Hospice, Just Silch and Replay connecting second-hand sports gear, we make giving back our mission. Thank you for all the great feedback with over 1,500 5-star reviews. It's a great reward for our team that their hard work is acknowledged by our customers. And now with the addition of Order Care, we're a one-stop shop. The team are proud to have grown alongside the community, and with your continued support, we look forward to the journey ahead.
100.9 and 94.9 at the hour.
When the radio's on and the sound's hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Until the hour talk. All the best throwbacks.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project, with creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Sometimes virtual reality begs for more reality. Jack. Sometimes virtual reality begs for more reality.
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku time moana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What he can do in 50,000 turn up.
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku time moana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What he can do in 50,000 turn up.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi can do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand. You can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Sometimes virtual reality begs for more reality. Jack Lynx is good with it.
No mai hoki mai and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And boy, oh boy, I think I've seen everything these days. Haven't seen an umpire replacement for a while. I mean, that's what we've just had here. Thank you for your patience as our umpires made their change. And look, it was 2 pitches into the innings. That's what we were waiting for. But we'll come back to you anyway and give you an explanation of what happened in and around that umpiring change. And it's good to know that we are back into the action. Top of the 5th coming up next. Pukekohe leading 4-0. No more. Good morning. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, into that was close. Into the match here between Pukekohe and Papakura Patriots. We had ourselves about a 25-minute delay and an umpire change. Mike McCaw, who started behind the dish, and let's get a shot of the umpires behind the dish, had to come out of the ball game, and now we have a new umpire in there. He had a migraine. It was blurring his vision. I got to see him just before he went away. He looks okay, but he definitely needed some attention. They made the right call to come out of the ball game. And the head chief umpire, Wirimi Tamaki, comes in and makes a change, recruits another umpire. Robbie Sadgrove. Let's get a shot of the umpires, please. Robbie Sadgrove is our new umpire behind the dish. And let's put up the graphic for the umpire, please. And you can see there'll be Robbie Sadgrove. It wasn't Kevin Tross. We didn't get that changed. There was Mr. Walsh out there on base. So that'll do us. We're back into the action. Also a change is on the pitching hill here for Pukekohe. You had Sammy Villavaso, the starting hurler. He went through the first. We went through the first 4 innings. Now he's going to be relieved by the designated player, Rakaya Tefero. And of course, joining us in commentary through this one, my good mate, Lance Wynn. Lance, haven't seen an umpire change for a while, mate.
No, and when you talk about Kevin Wallace, he is one of the toughest guys, that we've seen that steps foot out there in the blue uniform. So I just hope that he's going to be okay. And again, an unusual circumstance, but at the same time, get some attention. It's still, the tournament's only in day 2, and we need all the umpires that we've got here. And I think it's good, though, that at least he's getting looked at and not trying to push the issue further than it should go.
So Nate Murray will step in and go to work here for the Patriots as they, with a little opportunity here, change a pitcher and look to get something done. As you can see, Tefero sporting let's just say a new moustache, but he looks focused, doesn't he?
Well, he looks focused, and yes, that stash looks very new. So it looks like when you grow it, and you don't want to shave it because you're afraid it won't grow back. So look at that young man. We'll look forward to following that story as it goes along.
Let's hope he hasn't been going at that thing for about 3 months. Let's just hope. A little check swing on a change of pace. Of course, so out comes the ball game. Villavaso, and boy, oh boy, he just tore the house down. I had in my book, I think it's 9 strikeouts from those 4 innings. Pretty impressive, bud.
Very impressive, and it just goes to show you when you have someone in the circle that is as experienced as he is and with good velocity and good command of his pitches that you can really dominate. And I think that was the case with Villavaso. His team gave him a 3-run lead, and that's all he needed to at least get as far as he needed to go, and he has been he was rock solid in his outing.
It sure
I do
wasn't.
want to note, though, Chopper,
Yes.
that this is, of course, our slide to 5. But just so you're aware, and I know how you love that, just wanted you to know.
Okay, you break it up.
And
You
a
break it
strike.
up. You must be going through a
Yeah,
tunnel.
I'll break it up, am I? I'll break it up. Okay, I'll break it up. All right. Well,
the hydro slide on Fifth Avenue never looked so good.
Right? I know the umpire chief has my back, okay? It's
Fair
those
enough.
haters out there that we'll just try to ignore. All right?
Easy, Camp Easy. Ringos. That'll bring up to bat
I
Jackson.
know.
Jackson Tarpiki. Tell you what, Jackson Tarpiki, he reminds me of a young Lance one. Smooth-looking young man, great personality, and very talented.
Well, I'll go with you on that. I was probably a little thicker, but let's give the young man some time. But all right.
Okay, mate. Those classroom photos that makes you look a little more pudgier than you really were.
Oh,
Luckily,
I see. Okay. Maybe I'm just looking at it through my eyes. Then I got you.
just sit in the front row class, do your bookwork, you'll be fine. That's the message I'm sure Lance Wynn got when he was at elementary school. As we continue in the game here, top of the 5th innings, and Tarpiki strikes out. That reminds me of Lance Wynn right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad you got that one in. I know that you feel a whole lot better, and certainly makes you feel better about yourself. So I'm going to leave you with it and let you grow with that, all right?
Make you feel you. No. Great to have Lance Wynn and his experience, of course, in the international game. Fine player, I'm told. Second baseman. I never got to see him play. He was quite a skinny character.
That's what.
Like I was
way back in the
playing,
day,
but I just couldn't
Chopper.
see him. Sideways, you couldn't see him.
Nah, slim. I was trying to keep a low profile, right?
Yeah. No chance Chopper could fit into that category. So I just bow my hat, tip my hat to you, sir, and move on. Move on indeed. Tommy
Right,
Hunter Star
okay.
drops it down, tries to beat it out. Can't do that. And it'll be a 1, 2, 3 innings for the replacement pitcher, Rakaya Tefero, as we'll head away to the bottom of the 5th innings and hopefully no more childhood photos of Lance Wynn. We'll be back soon.
Sometimes virtual reality begs for more reality. Jack Lynx is good with it.
Three runs in the first innings, 1 in the 4th. That's the Pukekohe so far. Their scoring prowess as they continue to try and mount this offense against the 16-year-old Makaina Kingi Hicks for the Papakura Patriots. They'll send up 3 of their best here to be the relief pitcher, Rakaya Tefero, David Galeno, and Louis Pinto, the visiting players from Venezuela. The Pukekohe side, 1, 2, and 3 as we get underway. I'm Jason Gerbes, aka Jobber. And as you've heard, babyface Lance Wynn join us in commentary for this one.
You got a new one for me, do you? I appreciate that. It's always good when you have a break, give you a minute to find something else to work with. It's great.
It is indeed. Lance, 5th innings I know you love it because you're sliding across the floor or something. I'm not too sure what's actually
Always.
happening with you
Oh,
mentally.
we're always sliding the 5.
But the question is, mate, it is a pivotal innings in a match. Normally the 5th innings, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's usually a pivotal time in the game, and a lot can determine the outcome based on the direction that it goes in. And right now, you've got Pukekohe leading this one by 4, and they look like they're in the driver's seat. They're taking good hacks, as you can see there, from their leadoff hitter, and they look very comfortable in the batter's box. And again, Kingy Hicks has done a good job. Surrendered 3 in the first, but then just 1 in the fourth. So he's really spread it out, kept the hitters off balance, and mixed up his pitches. But this is a big inning for both these teams, and we'll see here if Pukekohe cannot add another run to their total.
Pukekohe got off to a great start, opened the tournament on Diamond 2 level off field against the Birkdale Falcons, and winning that one in a tiebreaker innings. Hard hit ball. Shy of the fence, though, as the centre fielder will camp underneath it. So a good start for Pukekohe. They went 1-1 yesterday with that victory in their first match. And just an update, Birkdale Falcons, they took on PCU Devils over on level off field in the time slot just before this one. And they're down 2-0 to Liam Potts' PCU Devils. And the young Jackson Gerbes drives in 2 runs to tie the puppy up. Strikes out Lance. We see a hard hit ball up the middle as Galeno stays red hot for Pukekohe. Anyway, the youngster Gerbes just strikes out in the end of the 7th innings, and they're not too happy about doing that. However, that puts them on second base for the tiebreaker innings. First pitch, he steals third base. Then upstairs stands big bad Brad Luna. A deep fly ball. It's a right field sacrifice fly, and the Birkdale Falcons ran out victors 3 runs to 2 over the PCU Devils. That's a big win for them, Lance.
Well, it is. I mean, it looked like the Falcons had struggled in the first couple of games they played, but a big win there. And I mean, you can pretend all you want, but that's a family affair you got going over there with Jackson, and it's just nice to see now. Of course, he still is not the best ball player in the house, but he's certainly working his way up into that status, I'll say, as he's already much better than his dad. And it's nice to see Arona also contributing. So great combo, Gerbes, Rona. That's been going on for a while now, so that's really great to see. You
got
should
it
be
done.
proud.
As you can see in front of you, a pitching change here on Freeman Field. We'll have a quick break and be back with all the details and this match between Pukekohe and the Patriots. Oh, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, pitching change here. We had an umpiring change, 2 pitching changes. All we need now is a commentator change. Thanks, Lance, for your time today. I did not mean that.
No, you get off 1 or 2 good ones a night, so I'll give you that one. That's something I would say, so I can live with that.
Taki Apu will come in relief for McKenna Kingy Hicks for the Patriots, and a veteran pitcher. I tell you what, he if you thought the change-up from Kingy Hicks was good, well, he's going to throw about 12 of them per batter here, Taki Apu, and of course a little bit past his prime, but a fine young man, fine gentleman, I should say, is Taki Apu on the hill here for the Patriots.
Well, I think if you're going to have a good team chopper, a team that's going to contend, you have to have a good mix of your seasoned veterans and your youthful exuberance, and it seems like that's the case on the Patriots. And you always have to have that veteran leader who has been there before, has seen a lot of things, and you never know. Emotions ride high in a tournament like this, and important that you have someone to sort of be the stabilizer in the dugout.
We have a pinch hitter coming in for Louis Pinto. Will get a rest. They'll bring off the bench Oakley Hewitt here to bat. Pulls that one, goes down the line.
I think a good job by Pukekohe to get in some players. To this, of course, their third game, so important that you rest some of the guys that you know are going to take you down the stretch and give some other guys a chance to really become a part of this tournament who may not get a whole lot of time on the diamond in the big games.
Competition format here at the 2026 Men's Club Nationals. Over the first 2 days and a bit is a round robin pool play, separate pools, and you've got to get in the top two to have a chance. They split into divisions after that. Of course, the top two going on to the top division. And then it is playoff time as you run through that top two format against the other top twos from the other pool. So really important. And we look at Pukekohe 1-1 coming to this. Patriots 1-1. I know they're down by 4, Lance, but they can't shut up shop here because get a victory now between these two teams. One of these two teams, I think, will go through to the top 8 section.
Well, yeah, and this may be the determining factor, this game here. So I think important to keep the run differential close. That's important. I would like to see, though, Papakura to actually scratch out a run. I think that would be big for them as well. But, you know, I'm sure that Pukekohe is not going to cooperate too well with that. So we'll see what happens here. But this is definitely a game that's not over.
Hard hit ball down the corner from Ogden Kitty, and he will plate another run here. So 5 runs to 0, and it feels like Pukekohe maybe have found the rhythm they've wanted.
Yeah, I think so too. Those were a couple of big hits this inning, both cashing in runs, and that's what good teams do. They take advantage of what you give them, and quietly Pukekohe has extended this lead now to 5.
So there'll be a chance of Sammy Villavasa, the original starting pitcher. So they just made a positional change, DP to pitcher, pitcher to DP. That's why Tafero was on the mound. So Villavasa gets an opportunity to swing. Swing he does, and a diving catch! Wow, what a play by the centre fielder, Caleb Dufty. You can see right there. Sorry, where you go, Lance?
No, just some fine defense closing the gap. Got a great jump and extended himself fully. Saved a base runner for sure. Not the run, but a base runner nonetheless.
Sure did indeed. As you see, the 6th run will convert on that deep diving Superman catch by Caleb Dufty at centre field. Boy, that kid's got a future. Look at this again.
That's just a good read on a tough ball. And sometimes those balls, when they're initially hit right at you and then tail away, you're running and the ball just seems to be tailing away from you. And a great job to get fully extended and make that grab without allowing the ground to sort of jar it loose.
Jamie Joseph will one up the middle. And a nice play by the shortstop. Keep him on the bag. They did indeed. And that keeps the game alive. 6 runs to 0. We'll go to the top of the 6th innings. Pukekohe firmly in the lead in this one.
We're going to have Māori getting ownership rights recognised in the taku taimana.
So they created legislation, foreshore and CBD.
How can you allow this to happen in the 21st century?
What it is the same old faces, the Ken Mears, the Harawira families, the haters and wreckers.
It's about time we started looking to a new future.
What he can do in 50,000 turn up.
Well, we've had 3 pitching changes and 3 runs in the first innings. 1 run in the fourth with an umpire change and 2 runs in the fifth with a commentator. No, just we're not changing commentators. Stop.
You wanted to make that change, don't you? Trying to sub me out. I don't know why.
Lance Wynn joining us in commentary here in this game. Real good one, really, between the Papakura Patriots. Remember, they're on debut here, down by 6 runs to Pukekohe, but they are on debut, as I just mentioned, and they'll be stoked to keep themselves alive here in the ball game. They could have ended it earlier in the bottom of the 5th innings. Of course, 7 runs the margin. If that happens, the game will terminate if Pukekohe bats in the bottom of the 6th innings. We'll find out as we work our way through, and it looks like there is a change here for the Patriots. No, it's Lucian Cole who steps in to go to work. And an opportunity, Lance, you said it'd be good to see the Patriots get a run here somehow.
Yeah, I think it would go a long way. And a lot of times you're playing games, and I know 6 runs isn't insurmountable by any stretch, but it's certainly when you've got the veteran players and the experienced players that are on the Pukekohe side, going to be tough to make up those 6 runs. So you got to look forward to the positive things you've done and look forward to the next game you're going to play. And I think that gives a chance now maybe to get some players in that, you know, you'd like to see may be a factor down the road. But more importantly, just get some good swings and keep the habits good, you know, moving forward, whether you take the loss or not.
Keep the habits good, improve, succession, all good features, all good ideas. So work our way through the top of the 6th innings. Of course, coming up next here on Freeman Field, we'll see the other debutant, Onehunga Mangere, take on the home side. That is Northcote. Northcote undefeated so far through 1.5 days of play. Got pushed to the limit in the earlier game today. Last night, wasn't it? Hutt City United. They were all locked up in a tight draw there until Northcote broke in with just the sole 1 run. So Northcote's looking good, so is Hutt City United in their pool to make it through to the top section as we work our way through the rest of this tournament. Strikeout, as you just saw, Hamiora Toiri now. Tuiri will step in. I tell you, Sammy Villavaso was a strikeout weapon when he came for the first 4 innings of play, Lance. But the replacement pitcher, he's struck at every batter except for 1 since he's come in.
He hasn't, you know, lost a beat. He's come in and, like you said, struck out 3 of the first 4 batters he's seen, and he too has had good velocity, good command of his pitches. His location's been pinpoint, and he's really overmatched these hitters.
Throwing the ball firmly. Starting pitchers for the next game to be Henan Hoani, ex-Otahuhu pitcher. He'll get the ball over there. As we see a change of pace and another strikeout. Boy, Tefero, he's taken a little leaf out of Villavaso's book, hasn't he, Lance?
Well, he has. Those are back-to-back strikeouts looking. So that means that as a hitter, you had no idea what pitch you were going to see, and he froze them both with a couple of really good off-speed pitches, and, man, he's been lights out right now.
I may have joked about his moustache, but there's no joke about his pitching prowess, is there?
No, clearly his pitching is a little bit finer than the mustache. Just a bit. But it's okay. He's got time.
Talking about moustaches, the starting pitcher for Northcote, Dylan Fraser-Liss, will get the ball in the circle over there. The circle on top of the hill, Lance? The hill on top of the seven.
Well, there's no hill. That's the
Okay.
thing, Chopper. You keep bringing up the hill, and the only hill was the one that me, you, and Dale Cousins walked up that day when I was there. There isn't any other hill on that diamond. Okay.
Or,
Just to clarify.
Or the one, or the one that you're pretty much over already.
Well, I've been on the downslide of that hill for a while now, so you're not hurting my feelings. I'll tell you that.
I can't take credit for that one. Matt Jordan sitting next to me gave me
I don't know who you're talking
that was a
about.
beauty.
Chopper, if you lie down,
You are sliding right behind me, so I don't know who you're talking to. Okay?
Well, here's one for you back at me. He said, if I lay down, I am a hill. So there's one for you, bud.
You lay down and we're even, partner.
Yeah, swing and a miss, but some athletic ability behind the dish, and then a replacement catcher is into the ball game, Zeb McFarlane. And he throws him out in time. Pukekohe looking strong. One run they need in the bottom of the sixth innings, and the game will be over. See you on that side of the hill.
When the radio's on and the sound's hot, you just have to enjoy. There's no way to stop. That's where it sounds like the best every day of the week. Better than all the rest. We let the music speak. All the best throwbacks, 90s and more. Until our top. All the best throwbacks.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946.
Kia ora koutou katoa, no mai hara mai hoki mai. Welcome back here to Taraki Pai Whenua, Rosedale Ballpark on day two of competition here. We've got a beautiful game from Pukekohe. They've put a real masterful one together here today. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. Bottom of the sixth innings here, and substitution catcher has a chance to walk it off. They can get 7 runs. Zach McFarlane with his bright blue batting gloves. Oh my God, I bet you his sliding mitt is pink as well, Lance Wood.
What's wrong with a little bit of color? I mean, it's just, I'm a firm believer in a little bit of color into everything, okay? They may not match, but they're colorful.
His sliding glove mitt is pink. Look at his back pocket. Where do we turn through? This is too good.
Here in North America, that's cancer awareness, okay?
Okay, you had to take it there.
I did, yeah. Most certainly, and that excuses it, okay?
It sure does indeed.
So
and a change up to finish off McFarlane, actually young Zeb McFarlane, with his pink sliding glove. Is a great young man. We had him with Christmas holidays the last 2 Christmases, away at the beach. I tell you, that kid is hilarious, Lance, hilarious.
So regardless of the gloves, he's still a good kid.
Oh, yeah. He's a good kid.
Okay, good.
Good. Not everything has to be a bright colour.
Well, I don't know. I've seen you wear some stuff, and I've just shaken my head. So, I don't know.
Fair enough. I get it. So up to bat now says number 7 is Jamie Machu, but this is not Jamie Machu. I'm not too sure who the batter is. That's by, I think it might be. No, I don't know. Oh, we're on this side, in case the other team. Yeah, Liam Woodcock, my apologies. And he gets a hit first. But you didn't muck around.
Well, he sure didn't. He turned on this pitch in a hurry and spanked it out there for a single. And you can see him jump all over that, got the bat head down and out, and that ball's out to left field in a hurry.
That'll allow the pink pitching mitt of the designated runner, Caden Te Fiddle, to come out. And there'll be another pinch hitter here, Jamas Heta. So Pukekohe.
Well, I think with a sorry, Chopper, with a pinch runner on first base, I think we may look at that runner to try to get into scoring position here to try to cash in that run.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Phil Casey's too old school. He won't steal him here with a 6-run lead late in the game. But you never know, especially a kid with a pink batting glove. Sliding, but anything's possible.
What, he may go on his own?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Who knows?
He clearly picks his own batting gloves and sliding gloves, so he might go on his own. Okay.
I'm not going to use that one, that's for sure. But that pitch comes over the top. Another change up. There's that pink batting glove. It's kind of cool, really. It's funky. It's like it's got...
Oh, well, that's why you're so good. I see you have reinforcements behind you. I didn't realize that, but now I see you've got a team of writers. That's why you're so witty today.
That's why you're so witty. Now you've got them all laughing in the booth. Calm down, you.
Well, they're the ones making up the jokes. You're usually not that funny. Gee,
Usually.
You're killing me today.
Mr. Hitter here, trying to make his mark for Pukekohe. Remember, 1 run and they walk it off. 1 out here. Outside pitch. It's interesting. You look at Taiki Apu on the mound. You couldn't tell with his expression. There's the young designated runner, Te Fiddle. When I first saw Pukekohe, Lance, this one comes in tight. I thought they were all called whatever that sponsor's name on the back of their shirt, but then I realised that they've all got the same name.
Well, that's good.
It did take me a while.
You picked up on that one, Chubb. It took you a while, eh? You're like, wow, they got a long last name.
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them. This one pops up. Oh, when that comes off the glove, they'll be able to get the runner at 2, though. No chance for Te Fiddle to outsmart that particular play. So, two away here. Yeah, it's like one of those things when you order it, when you actually answer one of those people like messaging you from some clothing manufacturer in Pakistan or something, we can make you that stuff for $10 each. As soon as you engage them, every single shirt's going to come with the same name, not someone else's.
Guaranteed.
Guaranteed.
Yeah, and made out of paper. I know. We've ordered from there too.
Yeah. It's so enticing though. It's only $10 a
It
plain
is.
shirt.
And look at it. It's half the price. Oh my God. It looks so great in the picture. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. Normally it's pretty safe. You just give them your credit card, everything will work out.
Oh, sure. Right. That's like the African prince when he asks you, really, if you just send me $2,000, I'll get my inheritance and I'll pay you right back. For sure.
I know. Who needs the lottery when you've got a African prince? This one's lifted high.
Yeah, who does?
And camped underneath it. And Taiki Apu will get the job done. Keep them at 6. The relief pitcher for the Patriots. And we will go to the 7th innings. 3 outs for the ball game. Will it happen, or will the Patriots come with an upset? We'll find out when we come back. Don't go anywhere.
From the humble beginnings of a Wellington garage and with a good helping of Kiwi Can Do, Resine have been proudly colouring New Zealand since 1946. Environmentally approved quality paints, colours and expert advice, all available at your local Resine colour shop. Our friendly team are here to help you get the best results for your project. With creative colours and innovative paint all made right here in New Zealand, you can rely on Resine to get the job done.
Well, the tunes are bumping here on day 2 as we're into the 7th innings of this contest between Pukekohe and the Papakura Patriots. It looks like we may have another pitching change for Pukekohe. It does indeed. Number 3, Jamas Heta is going to stay in the ball game after his pinch hit, and he will take over from the hill. Pukekohe have done well today. 3 runs in the first, 1 in the 4th, and 2 in the 5th. And I don't know about you, Lance, but it's been a real good performance here from Pukekohe. Reminds me also of the time when we went to the Asian Olympic qualifier in Shanghai. We saw some great softball there as well.
I would agree. That was a memorable trip in itself. But, I mean, when you and I were able to see the first Grand Slam hit in Olympic qualifying history by Chinese Taipei when they took on China in that matchup in a packed stadium, so that was pretty electric. And you know what, this game here is it's not been quite as electric, but it really has been an impressive performance by Pukekohe. They have done a really good job in establishing the pace right off in the first inning. They slowed up a bit in the second and third, but then when you add 1 and then you add 2 more an inning later, it really demoralizes your opposition. And they've done a good job to take a stranglehold on this, and now just 3 outs away from closing up shop.
You sure are indeed. Impressive, very impressive. Almost as impressive as you in Shanghai, mate, how the Chinese people just flock to you. Of course, you're adorable, handsome, charismatic. We know that. But they gave you a special nickname, Xiao Tong Shong, Little Brown Teddy Bear. How good. Back to the action here.
Why are you always remembering people's business that doesn't concern you, all right? I told you, I accepted that little brown teddy bear, and I'm going to run with it. But I thought you said we weren't allowed to tell stories.
Well, I couldn't help. There was only one.
Listen, that was the quietest you've been in the broadcast, okay? Was when we started telling stories. So if you want to tell stories.
This ain't practice.
I got a couple.
It's the game. It's not the game. It's practice.
I know, but are we really talking about Shanghai? Or are we talking about Prague, right? Are we talking about Amsterdam? What are we talking about exactly?
Let's not go to Amsterdam. Let's not
go to Amsterdam for sure.
I tell you what, I reckon going to Amsterdam would be like going with Matt Jordan to Las Vegas. I just survived that city with you, my friend, and barely just survived.
Tell the crew to look around, see if there are any skeletons falling out of a closet anywhere, just to make sure that you've cleaned up your mess, okay? Because, clearly you didn't relay what really happened.
Oh, no, of course, because it's tough. Xiao Tong Shong, Little Brown Teddy Bear, all the way from Toronto, and loved by everyone in Shanghai.
I may have gotten an all right nickname, but I sure didn't get no love, I'll tell you that.
Just a little bit of a delay here as allowing Lance to re-encant his stories to you as we're making some substitutions for Pukekohe. They lead by 6 runs, looking for 3 outs. And I can tell you Patrons have made one too. There are veterans going to come off the bench. Jamie Machu. And we had Reese Evans in earlier, and he talked about a couple of their players, Matty Hicks and Jamie, both coaching and with senior leadership with this group of young men. They were great players for Mount Albert Ramblers in their time. And here is Jamie now.
It's always nice when you see guys giving back to the game, passing on their knowledge and experience. That's the way the game stays alive and the way it continues to be played the way it should be.
Hard hit ball, and it's hard enough to force the throw, a little errant. And so the veteran does shine another time. Down to first base he goes.
Well, that ball was hitting a hole, and regardless, good job to try to put a little something on it and get it over to first base in time from Galano, but definitely not in time. That's an infield hit.
And second baseman now. Just double checking. Yes, it is not a substitution. Jadis Machu. So actually, this is the son. How cool is that? Father and son. So Jamie batted just then, and now his son Jadis up to bat now. How cool is that?
That's pretty amazing.
I'm jealous. Very, very jealous. I've always wanted to play a big tournament with one of my sons at the same time. JP's 20 now, over in Perth playing. And Jackson, he's playing for Birkdale Falcons. And unfortunately, I'm over the other side of that hill that Lance wins the captain of. So no chance of that happening anymore.
Plus, your kids are better ball players, and you might not even made the team.
Yeah.
So, thank goodness for them.
Hey, Bobby Boucher just grabbed the water bottle.
You would not have made Maddie's team, right? You would not have made Maddie's team. That's for sure.
No, and I don't normally talk about my kids, but I do wish Madison I can get chances to catch up with her. She's away with Otahuhu at the Women's Club Nationals. And talking about that, of course, you can catch all of the games live for the 4 days of the Women's Club Nationals down in Lower Hutt, Te Awa Kairangi, in partnership with our friends at Aotearoa Tour FM. Around the house, the Diamond 1 coverage. It'll be outstanding down there. They're underway on day 1 for them today. 4-day tournament in the Women's Championship. And, of course, Otahuhu are the reigning champions. So, Tanisha Hokamo and the rest of that group with my daughter, Madison, they'll be looking to try and repeat if they can. But there's a lot of big contenders this year. We'll find out what happens at the end of that one. Back to the action here, though. Down low. Makaiti Kingi Hicks was the starting pitcher. Stayed in the ball game to hit. Here's Father Matthew, Jamie, first base. Outside edge. So the replacement pitcher, hitter. There's Jamie at first. He's like you, mate. He's a handsome chap, isn't he, Lance?
Well, not too bad. I mean, I know you're big on the the fashion and the good looks, and yeah, I'd say he falls in that category.
Yeah, you two would. I'll tell you what, you'd have the nightclubs jumping. That's for sure. That one fouls back.
Well,
talk about that. How's your nightclub coming along? I mean, you've got the Rappers, you've got the Penthouse in Las Vegas.
Well, the nightclub's jumping. I'm just not. Right? When you're on the other side of that downhill slide, you try to keep your jumping to a minimum, you might fall and can't get up. So I go easy on the jumping part, change my style all up, and yeah, still looking for that club and that penthouse. Let me know when you got that. I'm there.
I've seen your electric slide, mate. You're no slouch to the nightclub, that's for sure. The Kingy Hicks now. This one outside.
Slide, eh? All right. Well, good you grabbed something in your travels anyway. Now all I got to do is teach you how to do it.
Good luck. One away, top of the 7th innings. 1 and 2 the count on Kingy Hicks. This one's down low. Robbie Sadgrove from the replacement umpire behind the dish. Of course, Kevin Wallace, the distinguished USA umpire, out in the field. Yeah, this one catches the inside edge, and one of the Patriots' mothers was like, "That's a fine pitch right there." Lance, got a question. When you watch your kids playing sport, were you the parent that sat there quietly, or the parent that sat there that was not quiet?
Well, I'd like to say that I was the parent sitting quiet, doing a golf clap, and just rooting my child on. But I had to learn how to be that parent. I was the vocal parent, and didn't really realize all the time that my voice carried a bit, so tend sometimes to be, a bit vocal at games. But I think my kids were the ones that, reminded me that they were playing, not me. And I think that made it a little easier to sort of tone it down just a bit. And I think so. I would be lying to you to say that I was a perfect, parent as far as my kids playing. There's just something different about all the sports that, we watch in our business, Chopper. It's different when your kids out there playing than any other time. So, you really have to learn how to be a respectful parent because emotions run so high when your kids are out there competing.
Sure does indeed. Couldn't agree more, my friend. And that one to the backstop. Trick play. Tricks everyone, and he'll take not just one base, the veteran, he'll take two. Down to third base goes Jamie Machu, and I tell you what, he couldn't be a better parent. Look at him standing proud. He's like, okay, watch out, I'm out of here.
Well, I like the way they trying to use the screen effectively. Not once, but twice over in the dugout as well.
The old banana in the tailpipe. I haven't seen you do that for a while. That's a great prank. I remember you did that in Prague to that guy's car. Put the bananas in his tailpipe.
Listen, you want to bring up Prague? Do you really want to bring up Prague? Really? And driving? Come on.
They drive on the other side of the road. This is an excuse.
Yeah, I figured that. I figured that would quiet things up just a bit. I figured that.
This one's outside, but I blame you for putting about 12 people in the boot of the car.
Oh, whatever. You blame me for everything anyway, so it doesn't matter. I wasn't driving, and I wasn't even in that car.
Well, I tell you what, when you hit a curb in the Czech Republic doing about 40 miles an hour with about 12 people in the boot, they get a fright.
Funny how they get scared. It was funny how that happened.
Runners in the corners here for the Patriots. Yeah. You wanted them to get a run here. Here's their best chance, Lance, in the ball game for sure. Jackson Tar picking up the back now.
Well, they're showing some fight down to the end, and that was one of the things when I alluded to earlier about taking something positive from this game. And if they can scratch out one, that will go a long way. I don't think they're going to scratch out 6, but they certainly they're threatening more than they have all game, and this is probably their best opportunity to score. I would agree.
Best opportunity indeed. Down to their last out here, the Patriots. And a hard hit ball, and Tapaki, he gets the job done. And that will trade places coast to coast. But more importantly, the veteran Machu comes in for the first run of the ball game for the Papakura Patriots.
Good piece of hitting, too. Sat back on something and got a pitch up in the zone he could handle and line that out to center field. And, again, good job. It's all about carrying something positive over to the next game. And the Patriots now, having put up a run, again, showed some fight, came back, and they may not be done quite yet.
There you see a replay and a diving effort by the shortstop from Pukekohe. Even David Galino couldn't get to that one, so hard hit. Tell you what, not every day you're going to see Jamie Mitchell with the wrong colour belt on in uniform. Blue belt with a... What would you call that shirt colour, Lance?
We'd call that flesh.
Flesh, okay? Right, okay.
We call that in the Crayola box of crayons, that's flesh color.
Flesh color. Fair enough.
Not my flesh color, but flesh color.
I wasn't going to go there.
What I mean.
I was going to say the same for me.
But I went there because I'm already there.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Still 2 away here. Still 2 runners on, both from the corners. And up the bat for the Papakura Patriots is pinch hitter Corey Kepper. So the only person who hasn't come into the ball game is the coach. And he's got a hoodie on and sneakers down in the third base box. So I don't think you'll see him take an appearance.
Well, both teams have done a good job in using a lot of players here in this game. And I think that's what you got to do. It's just the third game of the tournament. And, again, give everyone a swing. You never know when you're going to need someone to come up big in a situation.
Well, that ball on the outside edge will do it here in this one. Bottom of the 7th innings. We are all done. 6 runs to 1. Pukekohe run out victorious. I know a bit of a lengthy one with a delay in the middle, but Villavaso was outstanding to start with. Lance, your impressions of this match?
My impressions was that Pukekohe looked awfully good from the start. They kept the tempo. They set the standard, got out to an early start, and kept that lead. And I think that they clearly should be happy with this win and their performance in this ball game.
Well, we'll come back to you for the MVP. It started in the first innings with 3 runs to Pukekohe. David Galeno. On the scorebook, it says it's in the park home run. Unfortunately, the centre fielder kind of ran over it. There was their first 2 runs. And then Daly Ogden Kitty here to sacrifice fly to drive in another before Jason Skellinars. That was in the 4th innings. He picked up a run as well. And Daly Ogden Kitty, he drove in another run in the 6th inning. So a couple of RBIs for Ogden Kitty. And, of course, defensively for Pukekohe, pretty hard to look past Sammy Villavaso. 9 strikeouts from 12 batters. Something along those lines was pretty good, wasn't it, Lance?
I would agree. Villavaso set the tempo. He was untouchable. As far as MVP goes, in my view, David Galeno was the best hitter out there. Had a couple of hits, scored a couple runs, had an RBI, and like you said, that inside the park. I just thought he was great all around, defensively strong, and he's the guy today in my eyes.
He did a fantastic job to David Galeno, the shortstop. He's from Venezuela, and it's too close to Prince Albert a year ago, so he's not going to get it. We will give it to Daly Ogden Kitty. He got 2 RBIs from his 2 hits today as well. I couldn't help myself, Lance. I couldn't.
No, you couldn't.
Help myself.
Clearly you couldn't.
Thank you, Lance Wynn, and the rest of the crew. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, it is Onihangi Mangere, the debutantes, taking on the big dogs in their home house. It is Northcote. See you soon. I've been Jason Gerbes, aka Chopper. You're not over the hill, Lance. You're not over the hill, and you're still bloody handsome. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
It'll be Jaden Hewitt at left field. So we see a swing and a miss for the first out. Caleb Duffy goes down on swings. Pinto, and on the hill, the trio of South Americans. This one's from
for either of these 2 teams.
Pivotal moments and down bottom of the first innings. Hard hit ball down the line and not mucking around whatsoever. Rakaya Te Whero straight into it.
Well, he obviously...
The Papakura Patriots. Hard hit ball up the middle. And an early run here. We'll run over this. This will be trouble here. Now he's turning on the Jets. Pinto, as he'll round the bases, and a gift in the Parker as that one sticks under the centre field running, the designated runner. And just caught. Apologies, Lance. Deep enough, though, for...
Well, listen, I appreciate the call, that's for sure.
Great volunteers. Hard hit ball and beautifully clicked up by Machu.
In the ICs last year, he went deep in the tournament. So, yeah, it's just really cool to get that kind of talent down here and for young... Yeah, I guess...
Hard hit ball, sorry. And over to first base it goes. So, Tua Tauranga now, the second baseman, goes at the first pitch, looking for it
to beat anyone on any given day, and that's what made things so beautiful. The fact that I got a chance to spend some time with the Kiwi family, that was special to me as well in my own country. So that's where it starts, especially after you started off with 5 consecutive strikeouts. Just to get that is.
Yeah, he's doing really well. I catch up with him all the time through video calls or phone calls. I think that's what we need with New Zealand softball going forward to get better, is just more international talent down here. So,
okay, definitely please.
Without a doubt, roll over on the drop ball outside. So Galeno can't get on
softball language. Anyone who plays speaks.
Put it on the change up and we'll pop this one up. Shortstop will range back and make the catch. So,
well, you shouldn't say that, because I've seen you bring the best out of some people at a bar.
Yes, you have. And that fly ball to end it up at Pukekohe are like a family. How good's that?
the people that you meet when you're down there, and when you're there, boy, you meet people. They would be and a Gerbes, of course, and they know that they would be welcome in my home.
Proprietor of the Bauer Smokehouse in Christchurch. Chopper, love what you're doing with the live streams. Thank you for the kind comments. We'd love to get involved with the advertising. We can help each other out. Well, you know what, Lance? Change of pace. Boy, that doesn't look bad at all, Lance. Love the way the story unfolds in front of our eyes as we see that one.
Chopper, I'm just here to...
Then, the chins in the Chinese phone book, I tell you.
Yeah. The people...
Down low, can't beat one indeed. Tommy Hunter Star drops it down, tries to beat it out, can't do that, and it'll be a one.
You have a breaker
innings. Hard hit ball. Shy of the fence, though, as the centre fielder would. You see a hard hit ball up the middle. It's going to lead it. Pulls that one, goes down the line.
This is definitely a game that's not over.
Hard hit ball down the corner from Ogden Kitty, and he will plate another run on the mound. So Villavasa gets an opportunity to swing. Swing he does, and a diving catch! Wow, what a play by the centre fielder, Caleb Dufty. Viewers, I just mentioned, and they'll be stoked to keep themselves alive here in the ball game. They could have ended it. He said, if I lay down, I am a hill. So there's one for you, bud.
You lay down
this
and
will be over. See you on that side of the hill. Says a number 7 is Jamie Machu, but this is not Jamie Machu. I'm not too sure who the batter is. That's why I think it might be. No, I don't know. This one pops up. Oh, when that comes off the glove, they'll be able to get the runner at 2, though. No chance for Tafero to out. This one's lifted high.
Yeah, who knows?
And camped underneath.
The game stays alive, and the way it continues to be played the way it should be.
Hard hit ball, and it's hard enough to fall. Lance wins the captain of, so no chance of that happening anymore. So we can get chances to catch up with you. He's away with Otahuhu at the women's club now.
And the good looks, and yeah, I'd say he falls in that game.
Agree more, my friend, and that one's to the backstop. Trick play. Tricks everyone, and he'll take not just one base, the veteran, he'll take 2 down to third base. Patriots. You wanted them to get it. And a hard hit ball, and Tapaki, he gets the job done. And that will trade places coast to coast, but more importantly, the veteran